Rasty McGibbon with longtime friend and good buddy, great analyst, Lou Gamelin. Lou, thanks for coming on. Let's just take some time and break down the men's Division II pools.
Okay.
In kind of anticipation, and may you rest in peace, Mike Radakovich. He said he wanted no pools decided before the third day of pool play. So looking down on us, I think he got his wish. But just talk us through Pool A there.
Well, it's funny you say that because with what's happened this weekend with the inclement weather,
yeah,
I think Pool A is going to go to day 4 because they're going to have the conclusion of the Lindenwood, Indiana game tomorrow. And
I like how you call it inclement weather.
I'm trying to be nice. Mr. Pollyanna optimism, that's me. Lindenwood is undefeated. They've got a game tonight against Utah, who's already eliminated. But
right.
Indiana, as a 4 seed, is 2-0. And I was telling my tag team partner this week, Peyton Turnage, on the broadcast earlier, 5 playoff games, Indiana, including in the regionals, they've scored 33 goals.
Wow.
14 here in pool play. So they're going to be a tough out. It's 1-1 when they got that game suspended on Friday night with Lindenwood. So Lindenwood, a win tonight, they would face Indiana tomorrow with all the marbles at stake.
And just condensed into 2 periods, am I correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And then if it's tied after that, they play a 10-minute overtime. Don't know the exact tiebreaker there, but
and I'll tell you, that's probably going to be, if you want to, what we've seen so far, that's going to be your best bang for a buck. An entire pool decided in 2 periods of play.
Isn't that great? Yeah, 1-1 after 20 minutes of play going into that game tomorrow. Even if Lindenwood would somehow lose tonight, that game would play for all the marbles in that pool.
Right. Okay, let's go on to Pool B.
And of course, my phone went out. Yeah, Wisconsin, they play Montana State tonight. If they win, they're in. They'll be 3-0. And it wouldn't matter what happens in that game with Montana State tomorrow against RPI. They're the other game that's going to be continued. They didn't even start Friday, so that's a full 60-minute game tomorrow afternoon.
So, but if Montana State were to beat Wisconsin, then it would be dependent on their tomorrow. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. If they win, go 2-1, then they would get the tie break. But Wisconsin's looking pretty solid right now.
So in a rare turn of events, that could be decided on day 4.
Exactly.
Day 4 of 3 of pool play. I like that. All right, moving on to Pool C, and that's been one I think in some ways has surprised me.
Yeah, absolutely. St. Thomas, it came down literally, Rasty, to about the last week, as far as them going from number 2 to number 3 in the region. So they almost got an auto bid.
Yeah.
So they were right close to getting that auto bid. So they were a 3 seed. They had to go through regionals, storm through that, and here they are. They're winning right now in their last game of pool play. So they already clinched before they played.
They have clinched before they played and beat Liberty on day 1 in overtime.
Yeah.
They beat Army last night. The number 3 beating the number 1, and then they finished things off. But Texas, I'll tell you, it's been awesome to have Texas here.
Yeah.
They're a great group of guys, the ones that I've met, and they've just been very happy to be here. And they think that just being here has been a big plug for their program. So that's been exciting to see Texas here.
Oh, absolutely. You love to see those programs make it for the first time. Now they know what it's like. Now they know what they have to do to take the next step, maybe next year if they can make it back to St. Louis.
Yeah, sounds good. And finishing off with Pool D.
It's Florida Gulf Coast. If they win tonight, they clinch. If Connecticut College beats them, they could clinch. Maryville's still alive, so it could create a tiebreaker scenario. Should Connecticut College win, I'd be pretty surprised if they would. No slight to them. At Florida Gulf Coast, Rasty, you've done enough of these games over the year. They're a mainstay. They're a powerhouse in Division II, always right up there.
And they're really getting going. Talking to the head coach Eric Maybe there the other day. They were off for 6 weeks.
Oh.
So they are really they're really starting to hit. And but really, I think of everything we've talked about, it is going to come down to the 40 minutes of the 40 minutes between Lindenwood and Indiana. That's going to come on day 4 of 3 of pool play, which will be tomorrow.
Isn't that crazy? Lindenwood, regarded as probably one of the best teams in the country in D2. They get Indiana, in their pool as a 4 seed.
Yeah.
And Indiana right out of the chute, it was 1-1 after 20 minutes. But Indiana, like we said, the defending national champions, barely got out of that region, scoring all those goals. And now it's going to come down to that for a trip to the semis.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it is hard to put a value on national championship experience
Oh.
and knowing what it takes to get there. And, you know, talking to these men's Division I guys, the guys that are here year after year and go deep into the playoffs, they know what it's going to take.
Well, you know, a great example of that is head coach Gary Estalis. He was standing over there after their win over Ohio. They give up 2 goals in 5 minutes, and it was 2-0 Ohio right out of the chute in that quarterfinal game. I looked over at their bench. It's like he just kind of looked like, all right, boys, let's go to work. Then they scored 5 straight, beat Ohio 5-2. So your point is excellent. They know what it's like to get to the championship game, the championship level. And so, yeah, Lindenwood, I know they've been snake bitten in Division II. Maybe it's their time, but boy, they got to get past that champion Indiana team. That is clicking.
Sounds good. Well, Lou, thanks for this insight.
Yeah, anytime.
And my pleasure as always. Lou Gamelin, Rasty McGibbon, Men's Division II Pool Breakdown.